welcome back to Breezy's Pops. I know it's been a while since I posted a video. If you guys didn't know, I have been in the Air Force basic training and now I'm in tech school, so it's been kind of crazy. I've been really busy. A video will be coming up soon about my experience during BMT if you are interested in that, so stay tuned. But today I'll be showing you guys how I am doing my own knotless box braids. These are large-ish. Well, they're large sections, but the braids are kind of small because I have to like be able to put them in a bun and stuff. So as you guys can see, I have some short braids in here, and basically I'm taking the parts that I had from this style and using them to make new braids, if that makes sense. Because I had like the coil array braids in. I didn't record that, but yeah. So what I'm basically doing is I'm taking out one braid, like taking one out and then putting another one in. This is a question that I get asked a lot, is like, how are you parting the back of your head? And what I normally do is I have a mirror in front of me and the mirror in the back of me, like kind of on an angle, so I can see what I'm doing, and that's how I part it. And do I pre-part? I don't actually pre-part the boxes, but I pre-part the rows going this way, if that makes sense. So like, for example, on the back of my head, I'll like pre-part this row. And then I will like do like a flat twist kind of to like hold it in place, and then I'll pre-part just these horizontal lines, and then when I go in and braid, that's when I do the perpendicular lines, if that makes sense. So that's how I go about parting. Fortunately, I can't really show you guys that because my hair is already parted, but I will show you guys like how to do knotless braids on yourself, because it is definitely hard and people make it look easier than it actually is. So I'm going to show you how I do the back of my head, and I'm going to show you how I braid the front of my head. Alright, so this is what my hair looks like. It is not blow dried. I normally do start on blow dried hair, but because I'm just taking these braids out, I don't feel like I need to. Alright, so I'm going to start off using some edge control. This is my favorite edge control in the world. It's the Renewed Queen Essentials Sleeked Edge Control, and guys, I kid you not, this is the best edge control I've ever used. Better than EBIN, Edge Factor, freaking wax. This is literally like the best edge control I've ever used, so you should definitely pick you up some. I could leave a link down in the bottom. So basically just putting edge control around the perimeter of the hair, and you really want to use the edge control that's like tacky. You don't want to use like jam that like just turns into grease basically. I don't know why people use that on their hair, because it like this stuff, I don't actually have it on me, but like I'll put a picture of it. Don't use this because it's just not, I don't know why a lot of people use that. It doesn't work on my hair. It literally like reverts my hair and makes it greasy. So yeah, you want to use something that like basically if you put it in your hair, it makes your hair straight. Like look, like that's crazy. Okay, the other thing I really like about this edge control is this smells so good. It smells like grape. Like I don't even know, it smells good though. And you're gonna want to just brush that. You want to make your hair as like smooth as possible. So obviously for knotless braids, you want to start off braiding your actual hair. Also, another tip that I've learned on myself is you don't want to start braiding in a downward motion. You can see the braid is starting down here. You want to start the braid in the middle of the actual square, and that'll actually prevent your roots from frizzing up quicker, if that makes sense. Split your hair into 3. You're gonna start braiding. Just do one like full braid. That makes sense. All right. And then you're gonna take your hair, like a small piece of hair. Gonna make sure that it's pre-stretched. You wanna make sure it's pre-stretched. You're gonna take one piece and you're gonna add it to your hair like so. And you're gonna do another full braid, full rotation. I'm sorry about this lighting, y'all. I'm trying to work with what I have here. And I'm sorry, I know my hands are in the way, but this is what we have so far.
Alright guys, so I actually stopped talking in order to concentrate. But as you can see, I'm basically just repeating the same steps that I just showed you. So you're going to continuously take that piece of hair and you're basically feeding it into the braid as you go. And you're basically just going to keep doing that until you get the desired thickness of your braid. And once you get the desired thickness, then you could continue just braiding without adding hair.
So as y'all can see, I am adding more edge control towards the end of the braid just to make it neat. And I'm kind of using my thumb to like, I don't know, disperse the product. Now it's not the neatest braid in the history of the earth, of the world, because it'd be neater if my hair was blow dried. But we ain't got time for that today, so this is what we're gonna do. As you can see, this is my hair, it's frizzy. So I'm gonna take the edge control and just kind of get that as straight and flat as possible. And then you wanna tuck it underneath the braiding hair as well. Right, and then you're just gonna continue with the braid. If you're trying to gauge when to stop adding hair, it's kind of just when the thickness is where you want it to be and when it's continuous. Sometimes I will add hair once my actual natural hair has run out, so that the end of the braid, like when my hair ends, the end of the braid ain't like, you know, skinny looking. It's not like thick and then skinny. So like right now I'll probably add one more piece of hair so that it doesn't get skinny at the end of the braid. So that will be the last piece of hair that I add. I'm just gonna continue the braid down to the end.
Alright, so I know for this style, the hardest part is like figuring out how to add in the hair. So this is going to be a little segment of it in slow motion. If you've already got the hang of how to like do this in the front of your head, you can skip forward to how I show you how I do the back of my head. But if you're like a visual learner and you need to see it in slow motion, make sure you watch this part.
Okay, so now I'm going to show you guys how I braid the back of my head. I am going to be turned around, so my camera has autofocus, so I really hope it doesn't like blur or anything, but I will try my best.
Okay, so you can kind of see a pattern here. Like I just tend to just stop talking when I'm trying to concentrate. But as you can see, I'm basically doing the same thing I did in the front, adding my edge control, detangling, going ahead and starting with that first braid on my natural hair, then going ahead and adding in that hair. It's the same exact thing, it's just in a different position. So I'm basically trying to show you guys visually of what I'm actually doing with my fingers, and in my opinion it's better to watch than me to try to explain it very poorly. So go ahead and watch in real time.
Alright, and then once I get to about here, I will flip it over my shoulder, detangle a little bit. Then I'll continue doing it overhand because it's just more comfortable. And I will just continue this until I get to the bottom, just like the other braids.
Alright, so as y'all can see, I finished my braids, and now I'm going to be using my plug-in kettle to dip my hair in boiling water. And what this basically does, if you didn't know, is that it basically seals in your ends and also makes it so that your ends aren't stiff and like stank looking. I don't know, like it's optional, but personally I don't like my ends looking stiff. So you can do this or you could not. Like, watch, I'm gonna show you guys the difference. Like, this is after you dip it in boiling water, right? Nice and, you know, got some movement, you know, looking good, you know. And this is what it looks like before you dip it in boiling water. Like, you can see my face. It's just stanky. I don't know. I don't like it. So silly me forgot to film an outro, considering this is like my first YouTube video in like 6 months. I just forgot to film one. So but yeah, y'all, this is about to be my finished results. It's about to come up in a second. If this video helped you, please leave a like, maybe comment down below. And if it didn't help you, you could leave a comment as well so that I know what to do better next time, because this is my first time filming like a box braid tutorial. It's kind of hard with the angles and the lighting, especially since I don't have my setup from back home. As y'all can see, I'm holding my ring light, so it's a struggle out here, but I'm trying. So if you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I try to put out videos as much as possible, but since I'm in tech school, it won't be super often. But stick around because I will be posting consistent videos in December.